Look what we got here, guys.
All right, that
we
was
have a high. Excuse me. We have a high wind warning scroll on the Weather Channel. Don't normally see this.
That's normally just jamming with people, so at least people taking it seriously. But we've heard a lot of reports of flooding in and around that area, and we still have a ways to go before high tide.
Yeah, the whole city, Atlantic City, is underwater. We've got reports, so huge concerns now. The center of the storm is still just offshore the coast of New Jersey. So let's take it a little farther north along the coast to Point Pleasant, New Jersey. That's where we find our own Mike Seidel, and he's really getting battered by Sandy as well. Mike.
Hey, Vivian, good afternoon. Yes, the tide is coming in. The wind's now gusting upwards of 70 miles an hour, and we've had a couple of waves already come right over this wide dune and come down here in front of the pool area. So now we've got a lake of seawater that came over the dune. So we've already seen that, and we never saw that this morning. An indication that the water's going to be even higher for the high tide around 8:30 tonight along the Jersey shore. By the way, if you're inland in some of the back bays, some of the estuaries, those nooks and crannies, the tide comes in later for timing purposes. No doubt if you're in a flood-prone area with a situation like this, you have already hightailed it to higher ground. Looking around the area, we're still seeing some shingles that have been ripped off some of the buildings, a lot of hotels and condos. And right here where we are at this hotel, you see some of the corrugated aluminum, a piece of gutter that was ripped off here earlier, right down here.
Oh my gosh.
I think the buildings are gusting probably even higher than 70 miles.
Damn.
We're going to see more of this, even though the rain may back off here in a couple of hours.
No joke.
Certainly we'll see more in the way of this minor structural damage. The real issue here on the beaches, not so much the wind per se, it's the water. It's the seawater and the rush in of this tide, this high tide, in about 4 hours. Look at this Atlantic, and by the way, I just walked out here, and there's a big cut in the beach. So we're getting beach erosion, but we're also, with the drift, but if you come down here, there's about a 3 or 4 foot drop off where before we had a nice general slope. Here comes another
flood
wave.
watch now.
Look at this wave now coming up over into the dune. So we've got a long 5-6 hours ahead of us, and we could have, well, I don't think we'll have as many issues tomorrow morning. By that point, we'll have more of an offshore wind. So Todd and Vivian, we're taking the best we can out here. So far, so good. I'm able to, keep my footing out here for now. And the only thing that can hit me at this point is rain and sand and sea spray. Back to you.
All right, Mike Seidel. Really appreciate the work you do and the great work there from Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Okay, huge impacts along the New England coast, and of course that includes the New York City area. We have a live conference actually ongoing right now with the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. Let's listen in.
Helping neighbors, and sometimes when times get really tough, that's when you really see New Yorkers step up to the plate and show what they're made of. The worst of this storm has not yet hit us this evening, tonight. There'll be another high tide tomorrow morning. But once we get past that, we'll start to work on the aftermath. Let's just stay sharp through this evening.